Do we think we're going to see the NHL pull an NFL and see a ton of games overseas next year? Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Pucked Up Podcast. It's me, the Bald Wonder, aka DJ Swaglessness, aka I don't know. DJ Swagless is Dave.
I thought Dave was DJ Swagless.
Yeah, but I'm DJ Swaglessness.
Oh, okay.
I'm a spin-off of DJ Swagless. Yes, I'm the opening act.
Okay.
Honestly, that'd be a good question, Dave and I, and who would actually be a better DJ. I feel like it'd probably be the most even thing ever. But I am Chris, joined with me as always by D and Danger, and this week we have Maul back with us. We felt like we needed to have him back again because we had him We had him a lot last year. And I feel like we should have him a lot this year.
Yeah,
but you were part of the last quarter of the season.
Yeah.
It went by so fast too, which was weird.
It did go by so fast.
It did.
Yeah.
Just like it's crazy. We're on episode 65 of the podcast.
Oh, we're so close to nice.
We are getting close. We're gonna do something debaucherous on that episode. I can only imagine.
Not it.
Retire in 4 episodes and that's it. Done.
Yeah. We start naming them 69 plus 1 each episode. Oh my god. Anywho, we are here to talk hockey, I promise.
Eventually.
Anything fun before we dive in that you guys saw in the NHL world the past week that we haven't gotten a chance to talk about?
No, I think I think anything that I saw is in the segment.
That's true.
About
Maul,
30 seconds.
Have you actually watched any hockey yet?
It's been a crazy week. I've been working a lot. I've been working a lot. With the last week being, with last Tuesday being what last Tuesday was.
Yeah. I can't imagine that your life was
crazy
chill.
work. So
yeah.
But the Leafs beat the Bruins and destroyed them, so that makes me happy.
Yeah, we were just talking about that. I was like, didn't they just kick the shit out of them? Like it wasn't even close.
And it was nice to go to work the day after and have everyone hang their head in shame as I walked by with my presence unbeknownst to them because my team beat their ass.
Did you see the TikTok I posted, Maul? By the way, in our fantasy chat?
No.
A Leafs fan was like, I just think that some teams are so good that they should skip the first round of the playoffs because really, it's just sometimes they're just having a hard time. And that's that trend where it's like your camera is facing forward and you pretend that you're somebody else, and then you flip the camera and you're like, oh shit, you weren't supposed to see me, kind of a thing.
Just all the Leafs.
Massive Leafs fan.
It was so funny.
Yeah.
It was so funny. Also, for anyone curious on what the hat is today, I am representing the San Diego Gulls, the AHL affiliate of the Anaheim Ducks, because they're probably doing better than the Ducks.
Well, hey, we're going to talk about the Ducks in our social content. You guys did great. One night.
We did good. One day. Let's just not talk about the game against the Wild because they fucked us up.
That's true.
So, to kick things off the way we normally do, D, do we have some fun PWHL news to talk about?
We do, Chris. I am so glad that you asked me that question. The PWHL announced on the 7th, not announced, but showed everyone the new jerseys for the 2024-2025 season. Each team obviously got to unveil them. I will say, seeing the logo on a jersey does, for some of them, make them look better. For others, I'm like, no, this still fucking sucks. And arguably, there's one that I think made it look worse.
Some of them are awesome, and some of them are the Ottawa Charge.
Yeah.
So the designs are that the Boston Fleet is anchored by the team's signature B across the chest. The Fleet's home jersey features a deep green base complemented with the oceanic blue accents. Sorry, I just lost my place. Oceanic blue accents on the shoulders, sleeve stripes, and waist. The classic hockey design incorporates alternating bands of color, forming a wave-like pattern that evokes a strong connection to the sea. The numbers on Boston's jerseys carry a unique wave motif inspired by the crest, further reinforcing its maritime heritage. I'm not even drinking tonight.
Can
Minnesota
I say what we're all
Frost.
thinking? The
What?
Boston Fleet jersey is a Hartford Whalers jersey.
Yeah, but it does go hard, honestly.
It does
Especially, I
go
think
hard.
their white jersey goes hard.
I fuck with it, but they're
Honestly, I
Whalers
fuck with it.
colors.
Yeah, they are. The Minnesota Frost home jersey embraces the chill with a deep purple base that channels the spirit of Minnesota winters, white accents on the shoulders, arms, and waist add a crisp, icy contrast, capturing the sharpness of the frozen landscape. Light purple details introduce a modern touch, blending seamlessly to create a layered, frosted look that embodies both the intensity and the elegance of the frost on the ice. The jersey numbers feature a motif inspired by the shape of the team's crest, bringing a distinct edge to the design. Montreal Victoire is anchored by the burgundy base. The Victoire's home jersey reflects Montreal's timeless elegance and strength. The navy shoulders and dynamic sleeve design draw inspiration from the angular lines of the team's crest, adding a sense of movement and precision. A bright blue stripe accents the overall design, providing a vivid contrast while maintaining the classic style that honors the heritage of both the city and the team. The jersey numbers are adorned with a fleur-de-lis motif, reinforcing Montreal's cultural pride. The New York Sirens, inspired by the hexagonal shape of the team's crest, the Sirens' home jersey captured the spirit of the New York's multifaceted energy. Angular sleeve stripes echoing the crest's geometric form combine the city's signature navy, orange, and gray hues, creating a striking modern motif. The lower waist reflects the same hexagonal pattern, grounding the design in New York's intense and dynamic identity. The numbers on the New York jersey feature linework inspired by sound vibrations, echoing the city's constant hum and buzz. The Ottawa Charge's home jersey energizes the ice with its vibrant red base. That's a different word. Embodying Ottawa's unyielding drive. Having a stroke.
Maybe you
Dark
should
and light gray
drink.
bands run across the sleeves and waist, adding depth and a sense of momentum, while a bold pop of electric yellow pulses through the design. The overall look captures the energy and intensity that defines the Charge's fierce presence on the ice. Custom numbers on the jersey incorporate small electrical charges, adding a spark to the back of the jersey. Lastly, the Toronto Scepter's home jersey reflects a modern, confident Toronto with a rich blue base that captures the city's leadership and pride. Navy paneling along the sleeves and waist bring depth and contrast, while the clean, precise yellow lines and a matching collar add sharp, dynamic details. The striking gold and yellow of the team crest stands out, creating a look with a bold presence, embodying the energy and spirit of Toronto fans. Custom numbers nod to the Scepter's crest design. And early access to purchase home replica jerseys is available online exclusively through the official PWHL shop and through Bauer, who is the sponsor and who they've partnered with for all of the jerseys throughout the league. In-store at key retailers including Canadian Tire, Sport Chek, and Pro Hockey Life begins Thursday, November 14th. Home replica jerseys will be on sale at the team's home games this season. So yeah, I think it's cool that the PWHL for the numbers has added in distinct little features like the waves or the energy bolt or whatever to incorporate the logo back. I think we don't see them play a lot with the numbers in the NHL, so I think that that's a really fun facet that they brought to the PWHL to make them stand out just a little bit more. Like I said, some of these jerseys look so much better when you put some color behind it. Or I mean, some of the logos look so much better. And then some of them, it's like, no, that was always a bad idea.
And some of them are the Ottawa Charge.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Which is just Calgary Flames.
It is, yeah.
Part 2.
And it's like the Calgary Flames, like younger, shittier cousin that like
Right.
no one wants to talk to at the family parties because he's a little weird.
Right. 100%.
I am 100% gonna pick myself up a New York Sirens jersey.
I mean, I think they're cool. I personally,
the price is not crazy. Like they're about they're cheaper than an NHL jersey nowadays. Because those are like almost $400, which is insanity.
Crazy how they keep going up in price, and it's like, what's
why?
causing them to go up such a price difference? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
It's
justify
like-
it to me in a way it makes sense.
Make it make sense.
I
So
agree.
here I will compare. So an Alex Carpenter replica jersey on here, which is available for pre-order, is $225. If I go to the NHL shop right now and look for the same jersey,
Mm-hmm.
the same style jersey, it's obviously not going to be the same jersey. That'd be insane.
That'd be funny though.
So a customized, no, it's about on par. A customized Alex Ovechkin 50th anniversary premium jersey is $229.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean they are on par. Their replica jerseys that aren't numbered are like $40 cheaper than the NHL.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's not terrible.
Yeah.
I mean,
God,
like if you take it down to like the AHL and the EHL team, the ECHL teams, I mean, like for a New Jersey, that's the official one for my team, and not like the kind of knockoff cheaper brand version of it. It's $200, and I'm like,
Yeah,
for an ECHL jersey, $200.
$200.
Like,
Because it is still a professional
Yeah.
league. That being
Right,
said, I do
and-
still need to buy the new Ducks jersey because it's fire.
classic.
So good.
But yes, that is the jersey updates. Feel free to go look at them. If you aren't following us on TikTok, we did reshare the announcement of the new jerseys, so you can always find it there, listed on our page. Just check our reposts. We also did have another bit of news coming out of the PWHL this week as well. The PWHL has launched a media house and have tapped Tessa Bonhomme and Julia Tockery to be leading voices. So they have their PWHL Media House designed to expand the conversation and content around women's hockey and highlight women's hockey players of all generations like never before. As part of PWHL Media House, they have acquired the Jocks and Jills podcast and brought talent in-house to play an integral role in the growth of the new media venture. With co-hosts Tessa Bonhomme and Julia Tockery remaining at the helm, Jocks and Jills will now have expanded resources and support, enabling them to provide fans with unparalleled access. So that's exciting. Definitely love to see to see women especially taking up in the podcast space. Bonhomme is an Olympic and multi-time world championship gold medalist with Team Canada. Tockery has a strong background in sports media and digital content creation and is bringing a fresh perspective to digital storytelling. So.
Hell yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
PWHL, you wanna look our way and,
Hey,
call
there's
us
two
up.
females right here.
This
Chris could be a third if you convince them enough.
This podcast is
Got the butt
predominantly
for it.
female host.
Yep.
So, and I'm
True.
straight adjacent, so I'm
A female hosts it
two and a half women.
Yeah, 2 out of 3 times a month. So
Yeah.
actually, technically it's 4 or 3 out of 4 times a month a female hosts it.
Yeah, exactly. So, and I'm not one of those shitty guys. I support the fuck out of women's sports.
I'm just kidding.
I would say, bitch, don't you dare turn your head like that. Pretty sure I'm the one that suggested the PWHL be the first thing we talk about each week, too.
Yeah. Well, one of us did.
Yeah. It's somehow
And either way, that's what we did. So those are our PWHL updates of the week. Chris, back to you.
Yes. Well, we did have the Hockey Hall of Fame induction ceremony on Sunday. All the speeches are up on YouTube, posted by the NHL, TSN, the Hockey Hall of Fame themselves. They were very nice to watch. Jeremy Roenick's, man, that one hit right here in the feels because again, my man's been waiting for forever.
Yeah.
We do have a fun list.
For
first year candidates for next year's Hockey Hall of Fame. Here are some of the names that are available next year. First year, we have Duncan Keith, who most notably played his entire career with the Chicago Blackhawks. Carey Price, who is one of the top 10 all-time goalies Joe Thornton. You know who Joe Thornton is.
Do we?
Yes.
Doesn't sound familiar.
I would be shocked. Ryan Getzlaf, who was most notably the captain for the Anaheim Ducks his entire career, won a Stanley Cup championship. Zdeno Chara played the majority of his career with the Bruins. Actually, did he? No, he played a good chunk of his career in Ottawa, too. But most famously with the Bruins, won a Stanley Cup. Tuukka Rask, the goaltender for the Bruins during their 2011 Stanley Cup. Jason Spezza, who played 1,248 career games, was 5 short of 1,000 career points. Rob Brindamore, who won the Stanley Cup championship with the Carolina Hurricanes as a coach.
He's still coaching.
I say he's still coaching. Where's he at now?
Carolina.
Is he still with Carolina?
Still? Yeah. It was my prediction that if he can't get them to a cup this year, it's his final year.
Sorry, and he even played with them too.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, Patrick Elias, who holds the holds the franchise record for the New Jersey Devils for goals, assists, and points in the regular season. Obviously won 2 Stanley Cups with the New Jersey Devils. Sergei Gonchar, who played 1,300 career games, spent a good portion of his career with the Penguins, winning a Stanley Cup in 2009. Curtis Joseph has more wins than Hall of Fame goalies Terry Sawchuk, Jacques Plante, and Tony Esposito, Glenn Hall, Grant Fuhr, and Dominic Hasek. He has more wins than all of them. And he never won a Stanley Cup. Patrick Marleau, who is the NHL's all-time leader in games played with 1,779. As I'm sitting here thinking, I was like, no, he never won a Stanley Cup either. Ryan Miller, former goaltender with the Anaheim Ducks and the Buffalo Sabres, famously was a big part of the 2010 Vancouver Olympics, where the U.S. won the silver medal. I think that's pretty solid. Pekka Rinne, who spent his entire 13-year career with the Nashville Predators. He has a career record. 369 wins, 213 regulation losses, and 75 overtime losses with 60 shutouts. His career goals against average is 2.43. Keith Tkachuk, who has the second most goals of any Hall of Fame eligible player with 539. Also notably the father of both Brady and Matthew Tkachuk.
We're not actually sure about that, though.
There's no proof.
There's no proof.
No, they don't look anything like him or anything.
Nope.
I want to see their ancestry results.
Yeah. Show me my 23andMe or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
And then most famously to round out, we're forgetting about Justin Williams, who played a good portion of his career. He won 3 Stanley Cups, one with the Hurricanes in 2006, and then most famously 2 with the LA Kings in 2012-2014. 1,264 career regular season games. And then Henrik Zetterberg, former Conn Smythe winner, won the Stanley Cup with the Detroit Red Wings, was very famous with his domination on the ice with fellow teammate and most recent inductee Pavel Datsyuk. These are all fucking studs.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna be a hard choice, but Tuukka Rask all the way.
Oh yeah. Well, I think we talked briefly before recording, and I was like, let's not pretend that Tuukka Rask was this all-time goalie. Like, he was solid, but I don't know, Hall of Fame.
Got it in the bag.
But we do have something cool.
We have
Jarome Iginla and Eddie Olczyk, 2 NHL legends, will join the selection committee for the 2025 nominations for the NHL or for the Hockey Hall of Fame. It's also being announced that Ron Francis will become a chair for the committee as well, as there
Okay.
are 3 members that will be leaving their full-time term. I mean, Jerome McGinley was elected into the Hall of Fame in 2020. Eddie Olczyk inducted in 2012. And Ron Francis was elected in 2007. So great to see some new names getting on that list. Especially, who doesn't love Jerome McGinley? Like,
Right.
what a class act. That guy is a true. And where did his son get drafted? Tej got drafted. Don't remember where. Sorry, Tej
That's
again.
not my domain.
But yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. But definitely go check out those Hall of Fame speeches. A lot of them were really good, especially Roenick. If you guys want to cry a little bit with Jeremy, please go check that out.
You cried, Chris?
A little bit.
He's never cried.
A little bit. No, I've never cried
He
once.
doesn't know how.
I don't have tear ducts. I'm a fucking cyborg.
It checks out. I believe it.
It's like, nah, you know what though?
Yeah,
that does make sense.
I believe it.
Fair. I'm not even gonna argue it. That's it.
He's a Ducks fan. He's impervious to pain.
That's a check in your box there.
D, we have
Yeah.
your segment that you lead every week, our 3 stars of the week.
Thank you, Chris. As normal, we're going to start with star numero 3. Our third star is Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, goalie of the Buffalo Sabres. Luukkonen ranked... It's a lot of letters, my guy. If they ask you, do you want to buy a consonant?
Hello, Finland?
If you just if you ask for K, you can just guess the rest.
Yeah.
Because there's like 7 freaking K's in his name. I think it's
I love
6.
people from Finland, but y'all names are getting wilder and wilder.
It's crazy.
His name reminds me of the what is it? The state fish for Hawaii.
I don't know what that is.
Look it up.
Okay.
It's like 25 letters long. Wild.
I will have to.
I can't even pronounce it.
The state fish is tuna, and he's like, yeah, I can't pronounce that.
No, I know which one you're talking about, but
I'm just fucking with you.
I was like, hold up, no, it's not.
No, it's not.
It's a reef triggerfish. What? Was that
I
hard?
like its actual name. Anyway, Luukkonen ranked 2nd in the NHL with 86 saves on 90 shots against, going 3-0 with a 1.30 goals against average and a .956 save percentage to guide the Sabres to a perfect week. He tied a season high with 37 stops, including 13 in both the first and third periods, and a 5-1 victory over the Ottawa Senators. Luukkonen then made 25 saves and a 6-1 win over the New York Rangers. And 24 stops plus 3 shootout saves in a 3-2 triumph over the Calgary Flames. The 25-year-old Luukkonen, who has also won 3 straight games for the second time this season, owns a 6-4-1 record, 2.64 goals against average, and a .910 save percent through 11 total appearances so far this season. For our second star, we have none other than Nathan MacKinnon, center for the Colorado Avalanche. MacKinnon paced the NHL with 8 assists, 9 points, and a +6 rating, tied, across 3 games to propel the Avalanche to a pair of victories. He matched a franchise record with 5 helpers and a 6-3 win against the Seattle Kraken, becoming the second player in league history, after Wayne Gretzky, who's done this 4 times, to record multiple season-opening point streaks of at least 13 games. MacKinnon was then held off the score sheet for the first time as part of a 1-0 loss to the Winnipeg Jets, but bounced back with a 1-3 with 1 goal, 3 assists, as Colorado snapped the Carolina Hurricanes' 8-game winning streak with a 6-4 win. The 29-year-old MacKinnon, the reigning Hart Trophy and Ted Lindsay Award winner, leads the NHL with 22 assists and 29 points, as well as 10 power play assists and 13 power play points through 15 total contests this season. His 22 helpers are the most by any player through the first 15 games of a campaign since 2005-2006, when Peter Forsberg and Jason Spezza surpassed and equaled that total, respectively. And our first star of the week, not the season, holy shit, of the week is none other than Connor Hellebuyck, a goalie for the Winnipeg Jets. Hellebuyck stopped 88 out of 89 shots he faced across 3 appearances, yielding his lone goal with 1 minute and 22 seconds remaining in regulation and his final outing of the week. As the Jets extended their winning streak to 6 games to become the first team in NHL history to win 14 of their 15 games. Oops, spoiler, we're going to talk about that again later. Hellebuyck was flawless in his first 2 starts, making 21 saves in a 3-0 victory against the Utah Hockey Club. And denying 35 shots. Fucking Utah. Listen, I've just saved you a fuckload of money. Y'all have your new chant. Get at it.
Utah.
Denying 35 shots, including 17 in the third period, and a 1-0 triumph against the Colorado Avalanche. He then made 32 saves, including 18 in the final frame, extending his shutout streak to a franchise record 191 minutes and 47 seconds before allowing his goal on his final shot again of the week in a 4-1 win over the Dallas Stars. The 31-year-old Hellebuyck, the reigning Vezina Trophy winner, leads the league with 11 victories, a 1.83 goals against average, a .935 save percentage, and 3 shutouts through his first 12 appearances. He is the 9th goaltender in NHL history to win 11 of his first 12 games of a season and the 6th to do so this century, following only Jack Campbell, Carey Price, Kari Lehtinen, Martin Gerber, and Brent Johnson. So those are our 3 stars of the week.
Connor Hellebuck's a fucking monster.
Yeah.
We talk about how absurd 1.83 goals against average. Talk about how insane that number is.
Yeah. He's a monster. In the nice way. He's a nice monster.
Oh yeah, no, we are big fans of Connor Hellebuck. Speaking of, that is a perfect segue. Danger.
Thank you.
Let's talk about the Winnipeg Jets.
Like as Dee said, largely thanks to Hellebuck and his 2 back-to-back shutouts. Just a crazy record coming from him. But the Jets are now the first team in NHL history to win 14 of the first 15 games with their 4-1 victory over the Dallas Stars. Couldn't happen to a better team. Love that the Dallas Stars lost.
I actually watched that game too, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I
did not.
Love to see it. I mean, Winnipeg is one of our big rivalries, but as a team that's been shit on a lot in the, last 10 years, we'll say. I mean, they were decent last year, but happy to see them get the attention that some of their players definitely deserve.
Well, and I think this is a good question too, because like you said, Danger, since they relocated from Atlanta to bring the Winnipeg Jets back, they have overall not been a strong team. They've been a team that has had some bright moments. But it ends up being overshadowed by mistakes or just lack of consistency. What do we think is different with this team?
They just seem like everything's meshing correctly. Finally, it feels like everybody's on the same page. And I don't know what that magical answer was, but whatever they're doing it correctly, and they keep it going.
They did an ayahuasca trip last season, I heard. That's a lie. I'm just starting fucking baseless rumors.
We're starting
But imagine
rumors.
if that's what it was. Like, imagine if they just did all get on a bus and go do some ayahuasca, and now they're like, synergy, we gotta...
We're all one person.
They all went to Burning Man last year, and it was a life-changing experience.
Just had a transcending experience in the desert. Oh my god.
But I don't know. I can't say what it is because I don't remember them making a ton of trades in the offseason. I mean, they ended last season relatively strong, but I can't for the life of me remember what they've done. It was nothing like as outstanding as what we saw the Preds do, even though the Preds then fucking blew it. But yeah, I think they found their moment together. I think they're all on the same page. I think it's a matter of they're doing all the little things correctly, and that's just helping them win hockey games.
Well, Maul, I want to pose this question for you because you have the unfortunate luck of being a fan of a team that doesn't seem to know how to get past the first round of the playoffs.
They make it.
They
And
do.
that's what matters.
Winnipeg got embarrassed last year. They got beaten 5 games. What do you think that does to a team to obviously do what we've seen now with the hottest start in the history of the NHL?
I mean, it goes one of two ways, and they went clearly in one direction. It's either they use it and it morally just destroys them, and it's hard to recover from, getting shut out like that, or you rise to the occasion and you prove that there was a reason you were in, and they're doing that, because, I mean, never played, so I can't really speak on experience, but the pressure of getting to the playoffs with as many games as they play, and with how pivotal every game in the season can put you towards one direction or the other, them being able to take it and move past it, learn from their mistakes, and do what they just did, phenomenal. I love to see it because that makes hockey more and more competitive hockey makes better games.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a question for all of you before we move on to actually our question of the week. Do we think that this is an early showing for Hellebuck cementing himself as going back-to-back with the Vezina? Because that award is hard to win in its own right, to be the number 1 goaltender in the league. But do we think that this hot start could help propel him to a second in a row?
Maybe.
I think it's possible.
Certainly not going to.
But I don't know, because I think we all can agree that we thought that Bob got robbed last year.
Bob got robbed for sure
after the season he had, and then standing on his fucking head during the playoffs. So I think we can agree on that. So that's hard to say because as of right now, I think he's absolutely earned it. He's very much earned the nom at this point, but they don't always follow what we think logic is. Right. So I don't know.
And that's not to discount Connor Hellebuck's 2023-2024 season. It was fucking spectacular, regardless. But I mean, it's so... Like Maul said, you love to see it because this is in fact history. In the league's 100+ year history, this has never happened before, and they have won convincingly. It's not like they're winning these games in overtime or a shootout. They have convincingly solidified themselves as the best team in the league. And they're like, come for us. This is we have something to prove. Because remember, we are still 30+ years since the last time that a Canadian team has won the Stanley Cup. And we're gonna keep
let's go. It's about damn time it comes back.
Can we talk about how crazy that is, though?
So to close last year.
Realistically think about that it's been 30 years?
Some people are going to say it's rigged. I don't know.
I mean, maybe.
If I had to say anything about that, I would say that a good part of that is probably the money, because the money that the players make in the United States trumps what they make in Canada because of taxes and
they have to pay taxes in every state they play in. So when they go and they play in Arizona, they pay taxes in Arizona that year. When they go and they play in Jersey, they have to pay taxes in Jersey. The mathematics on this is outstanding.
The good news is that even if you're playing in a Canadian market, because of the predominant US standpoint, I believe all their contracts are in US dollars, so they are all relatively being paid the same. But taxes in each state has got to be the worst, especially if you're someone like Matt Duchene, who's played for a lot of teams in the past.
I mean,
it doesn't even matter.
For instance, I know that the tax rate in British Columbia is 55%.
Yeah, which is insane.
It's disgusting.
That is absurd.
It's if you make $1 million there, you walk away with $450,000 of that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What?
Yeah. My God, it's disgusting.
That's
send my ass to Florida. I'll go sit on a sunny beach and only pay 15% tax.
Or just go to Texas where there are no Texas, pretty much.
True.
Right.
I think this is a good point to move into our question of the week. Gary Bettman, in a recent interview, had said that the league aims to play more overseas games each year in order to grow the sport internationally. Do we think this is a good idea for the league to help expand their horizons?
Maul is saying no. He seems to be
No? Well,
pretty
Maul,
strong
we'll
opinion.
start with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you seem like you're
dive
thinking
in,
about
buddy.
this.
I'm a hard no on it for the same reason that I'm a hard no with the NFL doing it and WWE doing it. To me, it's a cash grab. All they're trying to do is go out, sell more merch to other countries, and push the sport in other countries. And it's like, cool, I get it. Capitalism, woo. If you want hockey to be in other countries, let them develop their own leagues and then do like competitions amongst the leagues. You know, like US sports shouldn't play in other countries. Like, Canada has the Canadian Football League. I mean, it's not good, but it's there.
Right.
So many people, their American dream is to come to America or Canada and play hockey for North America. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like that is going to hurt the franchise if people don't have to travel across the world to go play hockey, or they can just play in their backyard. But I think it takes away from those countries, because it's like, can you imagine if there was like a European professional hockey league? I mean, there may be, and I don't even know.
There's several,
Like,
yeah.
why don't, instead of having it where we send 2 of our teams over there to play, why don't we do like the number 1 in each conference goes over there for like an exhibition game or something? Make it where the 2 things play against each other. Don't go over and dominate another franchise's market because of how popular it is over here.
So, like, you're proposing the idea of kind of how FIFA does a lot of continental stuff. You have a Champions League where it's just a giant tournament. And I mean, that's a cool idea.
FIFA does it so well, and it's so respectful to other countries and other leagues, clubs, and stuff like that. It's respectful where you compete in your own, territory, but then you have the opportunity to step outside of that and play against teams and people that you never get the opportunity to really see who is the world's best. Like, the FIFA Cup is one of the most competitive watch sporting events of every year. And it's because it literally comes down to...
Oh, I will say that the Premier League does play a lot of exhibition games in the United States, as well as a lot of other international soccer leagues do play a lot of exhibition games in the United States. So, just to be devil's advocate on your argument, but that's a fair point. Though. That's a fair point.
They come here to play an exhibition game against a team that's already here.
No,
they don't send 2. They don't.
No, not all the time.
No.
The only time that the MLS team plays a international team is for the All-Star game. Other than that, like, Manchester United played Chelsea over here, like, over their off season. So,
I mean, if it's like, so if
like,
it's
I
like
see
for
what you're
exhibition to help build the sport, I get it. But I hate to say it, United States franchises don't do it that way. They go over there because they want to dominate the market, take over, and cement themselves as the best in the world.
I mean, fair. MLS is considered like top 5 in the world now, but fair.
Right. So it's like, I think that instead of, making it like a regular thing, like we send multiple teams, because that's got to be hard on the teams. I mean, it's cool you get to go see other countries and whatever, but those are long flights. That's a lot of time to go over that. And it's like, does the hockey schedule really fit in that amount of travel in regular season? You know what I mean?
That's a fair point.
That's fair.
I mean, I could see postseason, maybe off season, maybe if you get kicked out and don't make it to the playoffs, but want to go play a couple exhibition games just to showcase the sport.
I think that does actually point out like a really good point, because I know we played the Carolina Hurricanes recently on a back-to-back where we were in Philly and then at home, and then we had a day off, and then we played Columbus or somebody, I don't fucking remember, and then we had to go down and play in Carolina. And so like in the span of 5 days, we played 4 of those days.
Yeah.
And then we played Carolina, who had just been sitting at home with their thumbs up their asses for the last 5 days. So there is a scheduling problem in the NHL that they should look at.
And it's like
Probably,
it works
yeah.
for football because they play once a week,
Yeah.
a handful of games. It works for WWE because again,
The pay-per-views.
so it's
Right.
like have plenty of time to.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's like, look at what happened during last year's final. The teams got worn down from traveling thousands of miles.
Yeah, because
Right.
they were so
Yeah,
far
you got the
apart.
jet lag setting in.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I totally
So
agree with you, Mo.
I think it's a little bit of both. It's like scheduling, but primarily it's like if there are leagues over there, promote those leagues and help develop those leagues. Don't
Yeah.
go over and cast a shadow over those leagues because X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, well, that's
Yeah.
fair. That's fair. D.
So, like I totally see Maul's point. I do
Mhm.
also see what the league is thinking in that, like, it is a cash grab in the sense these games are really well attended because some of the players on these teams, like, they chose it in cities where, and they chose teams who had players that were from that country. So finally, some family members, some friends, and just people in general could see someone that they look up to for being an NHL star, and it made it easier and more accessible from them. And since the NHL is not just all American and Canadian players, I do see the value in it. But I will agree, I don't think it's best to do that during the season unless it's going to be a winter classic or unless it's going to be um, something, first game back from the All-Star break or something. So then they have time to get over there, get acclimated, and then have a couple of days to come back and rest. So I think the timing of it would be important if they want to continue doing this. And I think it would be better too to possibly have it be the preseason games. Maybe a lot of those take place. I think it would certainly raise our preseason viewership numbers. Because right now a lot of people don't even air their preseason games because they're just not that interesting and you have football and other things happening.
Yeah.
So I think there's better timing that could be used. I think it's a good idea. I think it's the implementation that might need a little help. And I think that ultimately I don't know how much we really need to focus on the international market when we have millions of people in America that aren't watching hockey that we could get into the sport. And so it's more about like how do we get our hometown viewers in as well. I think that would be where I personally would focus, but I do like the idea of it because I do understand that it's a really cool opportunity for people in Finland who have, Finland has a ton of players
Finland
in the
has a
NHL
lot
and
of
they
players.
never get to see them play. You know what I mean?
True. Yeah. I think it's fair. Danger.
I agree with D in the sense of if it could be limited to preseason or the timing to where, maybe they're grouped up and they spend a couple of weeks overseas and then they come back, but this flying back and forth isn't going to work long term.
Yeah.
Right.
And it just puts the players at risk of injury or sickness, exhaustion, all of the above, but it's going to affect so many different things.
Mm-hmm.
But I agree with Mal too, and what he said
Yeah.
about, there are hockey leagues over there. It's not like hockey is lacking fans.
Right.
It's that the NHL feels, to reiterate Mal's point, like it feels like a greedy move because the NHL just wants to cash in on all of the hockey fans over there by promoting the NHL teams. And while that's not a horrible thing, you can still sell your merch and stuff. And it, can be, if people want jerseys or want merch, they can still get it and send it over there without having to send the players over there multiple times a year.
Right. That's fair.
So
I can see everyone's point. There's some stuff I definitely agree with you guys on, but overall, I'm here for it. I mean, like D said, there's a lot of players who come from other countries to play in the NHL that don't get the honor of guys like Austin Matthews or like Trevor Zegras or guys like that who can be like, oh, I'm just going to visit my home state and I get to play in my home state. It's like these guys don't get to play at the sport's highest level in front of their home crowd all the time. And yes, while you guys absolutely have a point, and it's very true, a lot of these countries do have their own leagues. It's no secret that the National Hockey League is the pinnacle of ice hockey on this planet. Like it is undeniable the best talent plays. And I think helping international viewers can help the sport in ways of helping maybe some kid didn't really get to be exposed to his local hockey teams or whatever, but gets to go to a game 2 NHL teams are playing, and he just falls in love with the sport, and then next thing you know, he becomes this next superstar. And while, yes, there are things that we could be doing to help grow viewership in the United States, I feel like that's a whole separate conversation. But with this, scheduling absolutely does need to be addressed. If you're going to send a team overseas, don't make them play games that week that aren't overseas. Send them over, let them get acclimated. You want them to play 2 games? Let them play 2 games, and then you send them back, give them a few days to get their bearings back together, and then you do it. If you want to do it in the regular season, I'm sure they will. Starting off the season, like they did this year, I think that's a cool idea. Let's maybe make the start of the season the same for fucking everyone. That we should start with.
Just across the board, yeah.
I don't know. I think this is great. I think it's great all around. I get the trepidation and the opposite side of the argument, because again, like you could be focusing on playing neutral site games in the United States. You could be playing games in Canada. You could be fucking playing games in Mexico. Why not? But I think it'd be pretty badass to go see Roman Josi in his home country, or imagine Czech Republic and the Ducks play. Captain Radko Gudas gets to play in front of his, I think that's pretty cool.
Well, and I think even aside from that too, that does bring up a point, like how cool would it have been to be a kid in Prague getting to see the one and only Wayne Gretzky play?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's not just the people from that hometown.
Jaromir Jagr in his prime.
Yeah. It's people who have made such a name for themselves in hockey that it transcends just the NHL. And so I do see that point, because I'm sure that there's a bunch of people that would love to see, I mean, biasly, Alex Ovechkin play right now. Because they can only watch it on TV and not in person. And so bringing it overseas makes it a lot easier for quite a number of people to be able to get in and see in person the absolute fucking unit that he is. Because I don't think TV really shows how big Alex Ovechkin is.
He's a big dude.
When you see him on the ice, like you're like, oh fuck.
Yeah,
like
Alex
that's what that looks
Ovechkin
like. Shit. He is like 6'3" and 250 pounds or something like that.
Yeah, he's 6'3". He's a fucking tank. Like, it's not. And that's a lot of players, honestly. Look at guys like Tyler Myers, who are 6'8". Matt Rempe, before, like, whenever he's up with the Rangers, that's a big dude. He's like 6'6". Like, you don't get the true magnetism, or really, of like these guys on a close-up scale unless you see them live. Like, TV doesn't do a lot of these guys justice.
Yeah.
They're all just giant men with knives on their feet.
Yeah.
But I think this is a good topic to talk about. I think it's important to kind of understand where the league is thinking about stuff. But I definitely think that if we're going to do this, we have to, like, logistically, and I imagine if we're going to do this, that the league will look at the logistics of it for, like, scheduling purposes, all of that. You give meet and greets for fans. You give like, if you do this, you need to give the fans access to players. You need to let them have meet and greets, hangout sessions, little camps for the kids. Like you have to put the work in to the community aspect of this market you're trying to dive into in order for that to be effective, because you can go to Sweden and have name whatever 35 million Swedish players in the league, let them play. But if an 8-year-old kid can't go talk to his hero at some point, like that feels like a wasted opportunity. So
agreed.
This is something they have to look into for sure.
I feel like my question would be is like, what prompted them, or what got them talking about starting to do this? Was it, kind of going back to what Danger was saying earlier with like decline in viewership or stuff like that? Are they trying to broaden the audience? Because, number one solution to that, make it so you can watch games not on 14 different platforms. There you go. That's the winning thing right there.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have to have 80 different subscriptions to watch hockey.
And that's kind of the beauty.
$4,000 for it.
Yeah. Well, that's the beauty in the US at least, where every game is available on ESPN. Or through the ESPN
Yeah, but
app,
it's not with good fucking commentators.
Well,
sorry, y'all can at me, but
I watch the Ducks broadcasts each time. Like, I like that they have each team's feed. And obviously, if it's blacked out if you're a player or a fan of a team in market, I mean, there are ways around it. But I think, I mean, just VPNs, bro. Danger was watching the Wild game on ESPN. She just had a VPN. It was the easiest way to do it. You're in Minnesota? No, I am in Delaware.
I am in
I'm at the
Who
bottom
doesn't have a team? I'm in Alabama. We have nobody.
You poor bastard.
Yeah, right?
I think that is a good spot to Danger. It is time to talk about our naughty boys and our hurt boys.
And we do have a naughty boy. We have another suspension. On November 7th, Tanner Janot from the Los Angeles Kings was suspended for 3 games for an illegal check to the head of Brock Brosier, who we will talk about in the injuries list.
Yes, sir.
That suspension forfeits $41,640.63 of Tanner's salary.
Yeah, I'm shocked he only got 3 games, because that was pretty fucking blatant. He left his feet and shit. Like,
yeah, that one was pretty bad.
Tanner, be better.
Clearly.
Stop trying to kill Besser just because he's on fire.
Right. Well, he, probably did what he meant to do and put him out for a while, so.
Yeah, it's what it felt like.
Yeah.
Going into the injury list, a couple of new injuries for Anaheim. We have Cam Fowler with an upper body injury listed as day-to-day. And Mason McTavish, also upper body injury listed as day-to-day.
We can't afford
for Boston Bruins. I know. For Boston Bruins, we have Andrew Peak, upper body injury just listed as out. For Buffalo, updates for Matthias, not updates, but new injuries for Matthias Samuelsson. Lower body injury listed as day-to-day. He sustained a lower body injury in Monday's game with Montreal. He will, was slated to be evaluated further today, which is Tuesday. Tage Thompson also hurt, lower body injury listed as day-to-day in that Montreal game, was going to be evaluated today.
That's a real big one to lose. They can't really afford to lose Tage.
For sure. Yuko Pika Lekkonen,
close enough.
Undisclosed, listed as day-to-day. It's as close as we're going to get today.
For
Calgary, I said it with confidence. That's all I care about.
You believed in it is all we ask, is you believe in yourself when you say it. Say it with your chest.
That's right. For Calgary, season-ending injury for Anthony Mantha with the ACL.
Oh my God, that was
He
devastating.
ended up with ACL surgery last Thursday. Or this Thursday, he's having surgery. Sorry.
Yeah, he's out for the whole year, man.
Yep. For Carolina Hurricanes, new injury for Seth. Yeah.
Sorry.
Seth Jarvis, upper body injury listed as day-to-day. And
That
an
sucks for
update on
them.
Frederick Anderson. With that lower body injury, he is now expected to be out until at least November 20th.
Or Dave. I just traded him to Dave.
Wasn't Freddie still... I thought he was injured when you traded him.
He was, yeah.
He's been injured for a while. He just they consistently keep pushing him back.
Yeah.
Just hope he comes back for Dave's sake. Otherwise, Binnington trade was nothing.
But listen, Binnington sucks. Having just beat his ass.
He got rid of Binnington.
Yeah.
For Chicago, we have updates on Laurent Brossoit. The knee injury, he is now expected to be out until at least November 27th, still listed as IR. And an update, on Alec Martinez with that groin injury on IR, expected to be out until at least November 14th. For Colorado, we have updates on Miles Wood with that upper body injury on IR, expected to be out until at least November 13th, as is Jonathan Drouin, who is also on IR, expected to be out until at least the 13th. For Columbus, we have Gavin Brindley with a finger injury on IR, expected to be out until at least November 29th. Kent Johnson with a shoulder injury on IR, expected to be out until at least November 23rd. No injuries for Dallas. Or no new injuries, I should say. Detroit Red Wings, we have Alex Lyon, lower body injury, expected to be out until at least November 18th. And then a note here says he won't be in the lineup for Wednesday's matchup in Pittsburgh, but could return during Detroit's 4-game road trip. Wednesday being tomorrow's game.
That'd be nice because they have 2 goalies hurt. So.
Yeah. No new or updates for Edmonton or Florida. For Los Angeles, we have Alex Turcotte with an upper body injury on IR, expected to be out until at least November 13th. For Minnesota, we have Jonas Brodin, undisclosed, listed as day-to-day. I meant to try to do my digging with my sources and didn't get time to, so I apologize there. No new or updates for Montreal. For Nashville, we have Tommy Novak with an upper body injury listed as day-to-day. For New Jersey, an update on Curtis Lazar and that knee injury. He is now expected to be out until at least November 30th. For the New York Islanders, we have Alexander Romanov, upper body injury, expected now to be out until at least November 14th. What says that he won't play today versus Edmonton. Maybe he'll be back later in the week. And then Mike Riley, upper body injury, expected now to be out until at least November 30th. No new or updated injuries for New York. For Ottawa, an update on David Perrin, expected now to be out until at least November 19th with that personal reason. Just says he wasn't going to play today versus Toronto. He doesn't have a timeline yet for his return.
I think it was a family emergency involving
like
their
that.
daughter.
No.
For Perron, so we're sending our love to the Perron family because that's
for
scary.
sure.
Yeah. For Philadelphia, we have Alexei Kolosov with an upper body injury listed as day-to-day. Jamie Drysdale, upper body injury on IR, expected to be out until at least November 18th. And an update on Cam York and his upper body injury on IR, expected to be out until at least November 14th. For Pittsburgh, we have Kevin Hayes, upper body injury on IR, expected to be out until at least November 19th. And the notes just say he was placed on IR yesterday. Matt Nieto update on that knee injury on IR, now expected to be out until at least November 23rd. He was sent to the AHL for a conditioning loan on Saturday, past weekend. And a new injury for Cody Glass, who has a concussion on IR, expected to be out until at least November 15th. He was diagnosed with a concussion on November 10th. So
yeah, he got his fucking bell rung. Pretty good.
Sure,
yeah,
I don't know if you guys saw that.
Surprised if we see that extended. For San Jose, we have Jake Wallman, who was last week listed as that coach's decision, but he now is out with an upper body injury listed as day-to-day. For Seattle, we have Philip Grubauer, undisclosed, expected to be out until at least November 14th.
I do have a note on that. It's only undisclosed because it was an at-home accident and his face is fucked up. His mouth or his nose busted to shit. He's got 2 black eyes. I think Gruby fell down the stairs. They haven't said what it is, but they just said it was an unfortunate at-home accident.
Damn. Oh no.
Yeah.
You must have felt hard to bust his face and get 2 black eyes.
I wonder if he was cutting down a tree and fell or something. Like it's that time of year.
Well, he owns horses, so I'm wondering if he didn't accidentally get his shit rocked by a horse that was bucking. You know what I mean?
Could have fallen off a horse or something.
Yeah.
So that's my theory, is that that's what happened, that it's just an unfortunate accident.
Super broken.
Yeah, dude.
Do you have a picture? Nuts. Will you send a picture?
It's actually on her favorite website.
RNMB, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just dropping the chat.
Yeah, so I'm doing it now. Like he is he's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
What a legend though for wearing it like a king. Yeah, it might have been something to do with his horses.
Yeah, he very easily probably got kicked in the face by a horse.
Mm-hmm.
And it just blacked out both of his eyes, because when you break your nose in certain places, you tend to get.
And they're not massive black eyes.
Necessarily raccoon. Yeah, they're not like raccoon eyes. That would be.
No, it's just the pressure from the nose break that's causing extra blood up there. Yeah,
because it mentions in the article that he helps horses, so there's a good chance that a horse head-butted him or some shit.
Oh yeah.
Anything could happen. But Gruby. We love you, Gruby. Get better, bro. Because that's brutal.
He could have fell off the horse too, but it takes a lot. Like normally, you don't fall off a horse and land on your face first.
On your nose,
As a goalie, you should be protecting the face.
Yeah.
Not the hands, just the face. Your money card
just
right
the
here.
face. Yeah, that's the money.
Sorry. Anyway, I had to update with that.
No, I appreciate that because I was curious.
Yeah.
Poor guy. At least he showed up to the game too. Like,
no. What
he was like, you guys, I promise this wasn't something everything's fine.
Right. And an update on Vince Dunn with that upper body injury. He is on IR, expected now to be out until at least November 29th. Update as of the 8th says that he is set to resume skating around Sunday, but he won't be ready to play for roughly 3 more weeks. And that's Allison Lukin of the Kraken Hockey Network. And a new player to the Kraken, Daniel Sprong, who got traded this week from Vancouver. For future considerations, which we've been on this soapbox a lot, none of us like it, because what does it mean?
What the fuck does that mean?
What does it all mean,
Basil?
What does it mean?
What's in the box? But he is out, not injury related, and it just says expected to be out until at least November 14th. I'm assuming it's because he's moving and getting his shit into Seattle.
Yeah.
Unless there was potentially a passport issue,
he's playing. He was playing in Vancouver before, so that could absolutely be a reasonable situation.
Yeah.
Right.
But we see it a lot where they'll delay them a couple of days to let them get their shit moved and whatnot. So. At least their personal shit. And I don't know I'm sure he's married. I don't know if he has kids, but sometimes that takes longer. Update for St. Louis is Nick Leddy. Lower body injury on IR, expected now to be out until at least November 17th. For Tampa Bay, we have an update for Braden Point with a lower body injury. He is now listed as day-to-day. And Eric Cernak, undisclosed, listed as day-to-day. It's like their third undisclosed. I hate those. What does it mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, for Toronto,
secrets.
Yes, I'm a nosy bitch. I want to know the deets.
Like, God, what does the fox say? Just tell us.
Come on, Eric. What does the fox say? For Toronto, we have Austin Matthews on AR, expected to be out now until November 13th. And the note, as of the 11th, says he is doubtful for Tuesday's game against Ottawa. But, that's tomorrow. So.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's today. He's not playing. I can tell you that right now.
Well, no, Tuesday is today. Tomorrow being the 13th. So he's out until at least the 13th.
Yeah.
But they haven't taken him off of IR that
Correct.
I've seen as of yet.
No, he's definitely. They've already said he was not playing tonight. So
yeah.
Austin, come back.
Update
I
on
need you.
Yanni Hakanpää. With that knee injury on AR, expected to be out until at least November 13th. As of the 11th, he has rejoined the Maple Leafs for practice yesterday or Monday. Update for Max Pacioretty with a lower body injury on AR, now expected to be out until at least November 30th. And a big update for Callie Yarncronk with the lower body injury on IR, expected to be out until at least November 24th. But as of yesterday, General Manager Brad Treliving, whatever, Yarncronk had experienced a setback in his recovery and will see a specialist in New York. So, not something we wanted to necessarily see, but I'm sure we'll see a pushback in his expected return date as well. No newer updates for anybody in Utah. For Vancouver, we have an update on Dakota Joshua with the groin injury on IR, expected to be out until at least November 14th. Brock Brozier, who we mentioned, was the recipient of Tanner Jeanot's check to the head. Yes, I was trying to remember the player. But he has an upper body injury expected to be out until at least November 17th. Noted Kevin Woodley of the NHL.com noted he is listed as out indefinitely. I'm sure he's still being evaluated. Update on Thatcher Demko with a knee injury on IR, expected to be out until at least December 1st. And a frequent name on our list from last year, at least, Derek Forbort. The knee injury expected to be out until at least December 6th. For Las Vegas, we have Mark Stone with a lower body injury listed as day-to-day. Holy shit, two more. Ilya Samsonov and Nicholas Hague. Both have undisclosed injuries. Ilya is listed as day-to-day, and Nicholas is on IR, expected to be out until at least November 17th. And an update on Victor Olofsson with a lower body injury on IR, expected to be out until at least November 17th. For Washington Capitals, we have Sonny Milano and his fabulous hair. Has injured his upper body on IR, expected to be out until at least November 15th. And for Winnipeg, we have Logan Stanley, another undisclosed on IR, expected to be out until at least November 19th. And an update on Ville Heinola, ankle injury on IR, expected to be out until at least December 1st. As of today, he was on the ice in a regular jersey at Tuesday's morning skate. Positive things moving there.
Yeah.
But that's all I have for injuries.
There you go.
I mean, I think Vancouver would love to have Thatcher Demko back.
Yeah,
for sure.
And then losing Besser, it's like they're already 7-3-3. That's not a great start. So,
no.
In what fucking world are the San Jose Sharks a better record than the Ducks? Oh, this world. Fucking.
You love to see it. I mean.
So on that, let's do a little switcheroony to our fantasy hockey.
Do it.
We will talk about our week 5 matchups. Dave, in a shocking upset, beat Danger 105-98.
I don't want to fucking talk about it.
Drew took the win over Wes 95-68. John, in actually kind of a surprising upset, although Maul, we need to work on your team, bro. He beat Maul 107-83.
Close game.
Yeah, I mean, super close. Nail biter. D beat Matt 119-103, and I won a kind of a nail biter over Marcello 75-64. So we have matchups this week. John will be facing off against Matt. Marcello is facing off against Dave. Danger will be playing against Drew. Wes and Maul are doing battle, and the heavyweight bout. The two undefeated teams, D and myself, are going at it. There can only be one. And right now, she is beating the shit out of me.
As she should.
It is
I
20
mean,
to
I
9.
hope to keep that energy through the rest of the week, but we shall see what the fates have in store.
I know, and I have guys like Heishier playing right now, Dougie Hamilton. I have
Yeah.
Sam Reinhart.
Yep.
Again, it's kind of hurting me that Austin Matthews is on IR. There was a trade. We've had our first official trade.
Yep.
It was myself and Dave. Dave received goaltender Frederick Anderson, and in return, I received goaltender Jordan Binnington, who was promptly released.
Yep.
And I actually ended up signing Connor McMichael, who's been posting some. He's been posting some pretty solid numbers for Washington. So, I think what hurts me right now is that I have like 3 players from New Jersey. I have 3 players from Vegas. Like, I think maybe having too many players in the same team might hurt me, but
yeah,
I've been pointing the fuck out of people, so
yeah, you've been fucking slaughtering people, so
we'll see. I think this
We'll
is
see
going
what
to be a
this
fun
week leads
matchup
to.
throughout the week because
yeah.
I feel like you've got a lot of players playing right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really have anyone. I have a couple players playing later, but that match I think is
and I
going to be
got
the one to
someone coming back
watch.
from IR this week too, so we'll see what that does for me.
Austin, please.
For
Why
the love
you
of
do
God.
this? Yeah, for the love of all things.
Why don't you like
holy in the
me?
hockey world. Yeah, that'd be like that. So a new thing that I wish to try. Last week kind of went over fun. So I have another trivia question for you guys. Scotty Bowman, who is a legendary hockey coach, coached from 1967 to 2002 in the NHL. He won a record. Oh, I'm sorry, it's not even the most. He ranks second all time as a coach with 14 Stanley Cups.
Jesus.
He won 14 Stanley Cups with 3 teams. Can we name the 3 teams?
What was his name again?
Scotty Bowman.
What years did
Scotty
he
B.
coach?
Coach for Montreal.
Yes, so Montreal is one.
Canadiens. Hartford Whalers. my favorite
No,
whenever
they
Chris
never
asks
won a
a
Stanley
question.
Cup. Think about from
Who's won a Stanley
that
Cup?
from like 02 all the way down like through the 90s, like those teams that were good.
Well, fucking
None.
Penguins.
Yes, Penguins. That's
Yeah.
one.
Because that's when they
Yeah.
beat the Stars.
You just need one
Yeah.
more.
Don't remind
91,
me.
92, yeah.
No, roll danger. Get the third one.
Yeah, I know.
Who else was big in the 90s?
Danger, danger, danger.
The Red Wings.
Yeah, that
The
was
Red
gonna be
Wings.
Number
mine.
Yeah.
Was Red Wings.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Dude,
Yeah.
pulled that right out from the rear. No idea.
Because he coached Buffalo
Red Wings
too, though,
did
didn't
win
he?
a lot.
Yep. For a bonus point,
I-
Danger, can you name the other team he coached?
Minnesota
Outside
Wild.
of Buffalo?
Yes, so
No,
you
the
named
Wild.
No, yeah, because it was the Wild weren't a team when he coached. So you
Yeah,
got
the Wild weren't
Detroit,
a team
Pittsburgh,
then.
Buffalo,
But he
Montreal.
coached-
There's one more that he
He
started his
coached
career
Pittsburgh, Buffalo, Montreal, Detroit.
with. Mm-hmm.
Is it an American or Canadian team?
It's an American team.
It's another... Yeah. And it's another big Minnesota rivalry. That's why his name sticks out.
Yes, it is.
So it's
That's
not St. Louis then.
Colorado.
It's not Colorado.
Chicago.
No.
Arizona.
No.
Try to go for two, but I'll take 50%.
D, what did you say?
I said St. Louis.
Correct.
Oh, St. Louis, yeah.
Damn.
To which, in his 4 seasons with the... listen to this fucking crazy stat. His first 4 seasons as an NHL head coach, he lost in the Stanley Cup Finals. 3 of the 4 seasons.
Wow.
In his entire
Wild.
career, he has 9 Stanley Cup titles and 28 playoff appearances.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's insane.
That is crazy.
But yeah, damn, shout out to Danger for fucking killing it this week.
And
Yeah,
I'm somebody
right?
that does not fucking remember coaches for anything, but
I don't
his
know.
name stuck out to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
So that moves us to our obscure NHL Player of the Week. Continuing with our theme, for our Players of the Week, we have a man by the name of Jordan Tutu, someone that all 4 of us, that name should be recognizable, very prominent in the 2000s, 2010s. Born February 2nd, 1983 in Churchill, Manitoba. The right winger was drafted 98th overall in the 2001 NHL draft by the Nashville Predators. His career lasted from 2003 all the way to 2016, 2017. Can anyone guess which team he leads in franchise penalty minutes?
Franchise penalty minutes?
I don't know, actually.
Utah Hockey Club.
No.
I mean, it's an easy goal to set
Is
this
it a
year,
current
so
team?
It is a current team.
Is it your team?
Fuck.
No.
Is it the Maple Leafs?
I just noticed his last name is Tutu.
It's Tutu.
Yeah. I
Tutu?
have no fucking clue.
I've already said it.
it's a current. Yeah, but we've talked about a lot
your
of teams
mom.
tonight, so don't
No.
pull that shit.
When
The Nashville
Did you say it?
Predators,
Jersey?
to
Yeah,
which
that's
he
what we
was
said.
drafted by.
That's what we said.
well,
He played for a lot of teams, so don't
Yeah.
act like
He
like
played
it
for
he was drafted by them, but he
easily-
could have been the penalty minute leader
I'm
for
sorry.
fucking.
He played for
Anybody.
4 teams. But in his
that's a lot.
723 game career, he amassed 65 goals, 96 assists, 1,010 penalty minutes. 725 of those were accumulated with the Nashville Predators, making him the team's franchise leader. 42 appearances in the playoffs, 3 goals, 7 assists, and 65 penalty minutes. He had 1 year in the World Juniors with Canada. In 6 games, he had 2 goals, and assists, and 4 penalty minutes. Some of his awards, he was Rookie of the Year, Most Popular Player, and Scholastic Player of the Year honors for the OCN Blizzard, which is a junior hockey club in Manitoba in 98-99. He played in the 2001 CHL NHL Tops Prospects game, which a lot of big names played in.
Yeah.
And yeah, he was just a fucking brawler that you hated to watch, or you hated to see him play your team, but you loved to watch him. He retired in 2018 on Twitter, saying, after 220 regular season games with the Wheat Kings and the 723 games in the NHL, I have decided to retire from the NHL to focus on giving back to the Indigenous community. Jordan Tutu is one of the first more prominent Native players that has been featured in the NHL. Now we have guys like the likes of Ethan Bear, who are leading that Indigenous culture into the NHL. Tutu nowadays is kind of just doing his own thing. I know he's talked about writing a book. He's still doing a lot of good work for the Indigenous tribes. He is the first Inuit to ever play in the NHL, which I think is cool as hell.
That was
Yeah.
pretty
That is
sweet.
cool.
Love
In
that.
2015, the New Jersey Devils nominated Tutu for the 2015 NHL Foundation Award or NHL Foundation Player Award. This award is designated to a player that exhibits valued characteristics to the NHL: commitment, perseverance, and teamwork. The player that is selected is granted $25,000 to a foundation of their choice, which ended up being the kickstart to his own foundation, which is called Team Tutu Foundation. Tutu's recognition comes from all the works with Team Tutu Foundation. It's done for his hometown. Um, the inspiration motivated Tutu to start his foundation in 2011 was the suicide of his older brother Terrence back in 2002. His main focus of the foundation is to raise awareness for suicide prevention and anti-bullying programs for youths at risk. Having dealt with the mental illness and suicide himself in the past, he has been a positive voice for individuals struggling with these afflictions, often speaking out and sharing his story. I know there is mention, like I said, of him working on a book. Apparently, that should be something coming soon.
Yeah.
But big shout out to Jordan Tutu, man. He was a fucking menace on the ice, but what a good guy.
Yeah.
Love
There you
when
go.
they
Love it.
good guys at the core.
Right?
Facts.
He just like to put on a show.
Oh, for sure.
Don't we
By the
all?
way, did anyone notice my my status in the call?
I did, yeah.
I did change it.
Yeah.
Boone, the other Jenner.
The
Jenner.
other Jenner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think that is a perfect way to round out today's episode. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you enjoyed what you're seeing, if you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. Hit that notification bell, let you know anytime we upload anything new. If you're listening to us on Spotify, make sure you're following us. Make sure you you write us a review. That'd be badass. Same if you're listening to any other podcast platform. We love all of you the same. Make sure you are checking out our social media content. We upload every single weekday to the Pucked Up TikTok, which we will be hopefully soon getting that squared away for other social medias, and you guys will be seeing us everywhere. We're not separating from LTN Media, but we figured hockey content on all of our LTN platforms isn't on brand for what we do every other day of the week. So Maul, it is a pleasure to have you as always.
Yeah.
We'd love to have you. I know we're going to be seeing you a good amount this season.
Yes.
Which we're excited about.
I'll be back as always.
Anything anyone wants to add before we sign off?
No. I thought I had something and then I lost it. Oh, shout out to Lars Eller for getting fucking traded back. Welcome home, buddy.
That happened like right as we started recording. Lars Eller got traded to the Capitals from the Penguins for
team updates.
What, a 2025 third rounder and a 2027 third rounder and a 2025 fifth rounder.
Yeah.
So I mean, hey, listen, he wasn't doing much for the Penguins, so maybe him going back to Washington will help get him going again.
Yeah.
But as I always like to sign this off, peace, love, puss suitor, and until we see you motherfuckers in the face-off circle again, we love you. Thank you so much.